Hi everybody, welcome back to Property Tribes TV, and I am joined by Tracy Hanbury, co-founder of the National Landlord Investment Show, and we're looking forward, Tracy, to the 90th edition, 1 week away, counting down. And I guess,
Absolutely.
you must be very excited, but also incredibly busy.
It is lovely to see you, Vanessa, as always. And yeah, no, it's extremely busy at the moment. Yeah, literally 1 week to go. And I don't know where time is actually ticking because it's going way too fast. So yeah, knee deep in organisation for next week at the moment.
I mean, timing wise, it's kind of the start of the show season, and we always say this, but it's true. We have so many things that landlords need to be aware of, most notably the dreaded Renters' Rights Bill, which is crawling through Parliament as we speak. And your show at Billingsgate, Billingsgate in London, it has a very strong focus on educating landlords around this new legislation, doesn't it?
It's top of the agenda for every landlord at the moment, and landlords are really worried. So obviously being, the sort of platform where people can come and find out information, it has to be themed around what's going on. I know it's a bill at the moment and we don't really know when that will exactly happen, but all of the changes, people need to really be prepared for them. So very much focused on trying to get everybody as much information as possible around all of that. At Old Billingsgate, we have the huge auditorium, so that normally fits around 300 to 400 delegates, and that will kick off at 10:15, which is part one. And we've got a great lineup. I think Ian Collins is our host, and we've got various experts on that panel trying to cover every aspect of an expert's opinion on the various different, aspects of the bill. In the afternoon, there's several panels, there's several seminars. Then there's the big afternoon part two debate, which Paul Champolina will be hosting. Again, we're covering everything from EPCs to AWOB's law to tenant referencing to, literally everything that's within that bill that's presenting at the moment will be covered. So yeah, very focused around that, as well as all the other things that the show is offering on the day, which is quite a lot this time.
Do you want to explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, of course. So we've got new investor masterclass, which I'm really, really excited about. And what we have found, and I know that you're a huge advocate of education and getting people on the right tracks, is that there seems to be, the new generation coming through, even though there's a lot of scary things going on in the sector at the moment. I still am a firm believer that property is a good option. It's got to be a long-term option, but you've got to do it right and you've got to be in it for the long run. So actually, Jacob, who works at the show, who is just about to embark on his own property investment journey, who's my son, actually has developed this new masterclass panel. So he's put together, he's at that age now where he's looking at, what kind of strategy should he have? How does he finance that? What is the training that he needs? What is his essential toolbox? And he's actually put together this panel, and he will be hosting that panel. And it's very much, Jacob's sort of ethos is that he really wants to be an education provider for the next generation coming through, and obviously bridging that gap and really putting people on the right tracks. So, I think that's going to be very exciting. No
I love the
pressure.
sound of that, Tracy. I think that's absolutely wonderful that a young person is kind of taking the reins, and that it's such a family affair because it's you, it's Steve, and your sons, and I think this is a wonderful addition.
Our kids have been brought up nothing but property, and they've been probably on building sites, clearing out kitchens, getting new properties ready. They've grown up with property, and they have passion for it. And I think from the age that I can certainly remember with Jacob, that's what he's wanted to do, and he's actually noticed, and speaking to his friends, at the same sort of age, in their sort of early 20s, they're all like, how do we get into this? What do we need to do? And I think he really sees that there's such a great way to have an opportunity and a platform to get the next gen on the right tracks with the right tools. And he is very, very passionate about property. And I think it's absolutely perfect. And it will be, that will be a very, very good new addition, and no pressure on him on the day, but he will do a great job on that. The other sort of new addition, well, we've had it before, but it's quite fitting because it was obviously International Women's Day last week. So we have got a Women in Property panel, which I'm actually hosting this time. So I'm taking the plunge. We sort of looked at sort of various, options, and everyone sort of said, why are you not hosting it? And I thought, I'll do it. So we've got a really nice, we've got some great women on that panel. We've got Louise Reynolds, Suzanne Smith, Hayley Andrews. There's some really good players, some ladies that have actually built from the ground upwards there as well. So that will be really exciting. And obviously it's our 90th show. I don't know how that's happened. I know a lot of hard work, but the years have flown by, Vanessa. And I certainly, you were one of our first people, you, Nick, that we met when we were starting these events. And 90 is great to celebrate for us. And we want this event to be exciting with new features. Let's celebrate being part of this. We know there's a lot going on at the moment, but there's also a lot of good that's still going on. So I'm quite looking forward to it. It's certainly going to be a busy day.
Well, congratulations on the 90th event, Tracy. And you Hambries, you don't ever stand still. You're always developing, coming up with fresh ideas. And to that end, you've recently launched a new TV program as well on your YouTube channel, haven't you?
I have. And the first episode went out last night. So who does that on top of a show, right? Only I would actually take that on, like a crazy woman that I am. But it's really exciting. So we've obviously had we've got the List Live Lounge, where we do our sort of podcast. We had our sort of Talk Property podcast with Ian Collins, which was just after COVID and pre-COVID. So really a lot of ideas that, like the UK news channel, UK Property News, that aired last night for the first episode. All of these ideas were put into my top drawer when COVID happened. And it was literally, as we all know, what happened there. And, it, like every business, had to have a recovery time and trying to get back to it. So, we're now a good few years down the line, thank goodness. And what's actually really ironic, dare I say it, but the last show the only show that we've ever had to cancel was on the 19th of March. And that was 5 years ago. And I'm like, I said to Steve the other night, it's the same day. But so that wasn't so lucky for us. But, when I look at what we've done, how we've come through that, and actually, where we are now and where a lot of people are now, and that recovery time. So now my top drawer of ideas sprung back to life, and I'm actually getting to work on a lot of things that should have been out a long time ago. Just wasn't the right time, but now is. So yes, so UK Property News was launched last night, and I'm very excited about that. But it's been a lot of work in the making, to say the least.
Well, we will put a link to the YouTube channel below this video so that our viewers can find their way there, because I think your first episode actually focuses on the Renters' Rights Bill, and you've got our guests, Maxine Fothergill, who's absolutely brilliant on the letting side, and also Peter from iHouse, who's also an absolute mine of knowledge and information. So just let's turn back to the show, Tracy, because we've talked about the educational aspects, which are one aspect of it. Then we have the exhibition, and we have the networking, and I kind of sum those up that they're really about problem solving, aren't they? Because if you've got an issue that you're struggling with your portfolio, come along to the show, meet the exhibitors, talk to other landlords, and you actually may become aware of a problem that you didn't actually know that you needed to be aware of, and you'll find answers all around you.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Exactly that, Vanessa. And that's, that's the beauty about the shows. It is it's a one day where you can go and meet every single service supplier that might be able to, that will be able to help you, listen in on seminars and network with other landlords. You and I have spoken about this over the years about, it's quite a lonely journey on your own. So we know that this calendar event and our shows bring together, a lot of people that can share ideas in the day, and actually, lovely things happen and people do stuff together. So, yeah, a lot comes out of it. A hell of a lot comes out of it for sure.
It does. So we're talking about the 19th of March, a week from today, at Old Billingsgate in London. And we have to say, Tracy, it's free to attend.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's totally free to attend. And our big thing at the moment, Vanessa, is that we are kind of, we get a lot of feedback, we get a lot of stuff that's sent into us through our various channels. And I know that landlords are feeling really pinched at the moment, and they're feeling quite upset. Some are very frustrated. Some are, is it time to just go? And we're like, I really feel that with the right information, that this will be navigated through, and I don't want people to sort of really panic. Like, come to a show like ours where you can meet people that can help you and actually look at your whole portfolio. Is there things that is actually not working, that it is just time to really, reshape things a little bit from that point of view as well. Totally free of charge, and a great day out. And there'll be a little drinks reception at the end of the day to celebrate that 90th show. So yeah, we'd love to welcome your Property Tribe members along to that as well.
And hopefully some cake.
Oh, absolutely, cake. 100% cake. I'll hide some for us.
I like the sound of that. Well, we will put the link to register for your show tickets below the video. And well, Tracy, I just want to wish you a wonderful show on the 19th of March at Old Billingsgate in London. I'm sure it will be the usual great buzzing day out that it is, because I've been to many shows and they just keep getting better and better. So all the best for that special day for your team, and we'll probably see you there.
Oh, I look forward to it. Thanks, Vanessa. We'll see you on the 19th.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.